Hello and welcome to Talking Point. Without Balji tonight, as he's not well. Mahatma Gandhi once said, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Today, we are talking about the issue of pet ownership in Singapore. In 2007, a total of 4,200 dogs and 8,000 cats were taken in by the SPCA, all impounded by the Agri-Food and Veterinary Authority, either pets given up or stray. Most of them were put down. There aren't enough homes or facilities to cope with the sheer number of abandoned pets. Animal welfare groups are worried the downturn will lead to more dumping of pets. Are we doing enough to educate people on responsible pet ownership? We have with us Ms. Deirdre Moss, Executive Officer of the SPCA, Dr. Liao Su Hua, ABA's Senior Veterinary Surgeon, and Mr. Lo Man Lung, Spokesperson of Pet Shop Chain Pet Lover Centre. Welcome to the show. Deirdre, we're going to start with you. You've seen an increase in pets taken in by the SPCA in the last few years. Has the situation gotten worse since the downturn?
Well, it's not evident to the SPCA that there are more people giving up their pets as a result of the downturn yet. But we're watching, but still the main reason why people are giving up pets is because they don't have time to look after them.
So what type of pets do you see at the SPCA?
Well, I think we're taking in a lot of pedigree dogs still, carrying on from last year. And rabbits and hamsters. Cats have actually dropped in numbers. Yes.
How about you, Dr. Liao? For the ABA, what do you all see on a daily basis, or what are the numbers you have to cope with?
We normally take in and collect stray dogs and cats, and we have very few pedigree or pure breed dogs, and that constitutes only about 2% or less, and that has been steady over the years. So we've not seen any change in trade that way. In fact, the number of dogs that we've impounded over the years has been dropping. And last year we impounded about 2,200 dogs, as compared to over 4,000 in the year 2000. So to us, we're very happy that we are collecting fewer stray dogs.
Is this because you think of education about sterilization and so on, where the owners buy pets? Or?
Well, we have been educating people and raising awareness of responsible pet ownership for the past 7 years or so. And yes, we like to think that education has been playing a part, because we encourage people to think carefully before they buy a pet, and we tell them that abandonment is not an option and is cruel and also against the law.
Yeah, but it still doesn't explain why. We still see a lot of pedigree dogs at the SPCA, and action for dogs as well, super dogs. What do you think this is about? Are people getting the message, or are we just asking for just buying, not really understanding what their responsibilities are, and then when they can't cook, they just give up the dog? What do you think? The Pet Lover Centre.
I don't know, but as far as Pet Lover Centre is concerned on the retail front, for instance, at our pet safari at Vivo City, we have these hamsters that we have on sale, and then we have these little placards that say, if I look cute, please don't buy me on impulse. Think carefully. So that's the first step. That's the first step we take in trying to get people to think before they jump. And there's also another thing that we have at the pet shops, and that is we have just introduced these pet care consultants, and these are all vet trained. And what they do is that they engage the potential buyer, and then they try to give them as much education as possible at that point of time where they are deciding whether they should get one or not.
Okay, what are some of the excuses? You talk about deciding whether or not you get one. What are some of the reasons or excuses that people give when they come to you to give them a pet?
Basically, it's very simple: no time to look after. That's a very well-known saying, and more often than not, that's the reason. I guess they're not going into details, but I think it's because it's not convenient to keep the pet anymore. And that's why I think that education at the point of sale is very important, because I think a lot of, especially dog owners, are actually buying dogs that are not suited to them. They don't look at the character traits of the breed. We were just discussing a husky case this morning at the SPCA. It's actually a cruelty complaint. And circumstances have changed since they bought the dog. Husband's gone overseas, so the wife can't control the dog. and virtually the dog's left to its own devices, so it hardly gets any attention. It's in very good condition, but it's bored, and huskies are very, very active, and the SPCA has seen a lot of these that people have found on the street, and then they bring them into us, and we advertise them, and nobody claims them, and it's because they're very hyper, and also they're very attached to human company, so they need human company. They're not meant to be just left alone all day long. So I think another matter which leads to this is that basically there shouldn't be so many bred and sold, because the more you breed certain breeds that are not suited, in the end they end up being abandoned, and that's what's happening, and that's why SPCA is seeing so much. Yeah.
Do you think regulation though is the way to go in terms of
I think certain breeds have to be regulated, like the most common breeds that we're finding that are given up or found are consistently the same for the last 2 years, and that's Jack Russells, Maltese, Shih Tzus, and for the bigger dogs it's Golden Retrievers and Huskies to a lesser extent. But having said that, I think the more popular breeds, that means the more that are bred, that bigger numbers, the more are going to be abandoned. So I think yes, there should be restrictions on breeding.
Do owners realize when they come to the SPCA that if the dog isn't taken up for adoption, that they could be put to sleep?
One of the first things we do advise them when they come to the counter is actually when they say they're going to give up the dog, we show them a notice which basically tells them that the decision may be made within 24 hours, that we're taking over 200 dogs in every month, and we're only getting like 30 adopted. So the statistics talk for themselves. And we actually, if it's a problem that we think can be solved, like they can't control it, we will suggest obedience training, and we will refer them to like the Singapore Kennel Club. But a lot of the time, it's like they come to the stage where they're past considering that. So, but we impress upon them, please try and find a home for it, because the less animals we take in, the less we have to put down.
And in terms of regulation, do you think regulating breeders, or what can we do to regulate breeders?
Regulated breeders. So all commercial breeders are licensed, and pet shops are also licensed to sell pets. We don't really want to over-regulate, but if there is a need to review our conditions or put in additional ones, we will do so.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll go for a short break now. When we come back, we'll look at how pet shops can play a part in educating potential pet